Welcome. Today we're not just looking back at ancient history, we're stepping into a reality that is eternal, a living system described in the Quran that is operating right now. And believe it or not, it has a very specific place for you. So let's dive in. Our whole journey today starts with this single, powerful image. It's the central metaphor that unlocks everything else. And it's not about the clothes you wear, but about the reality that wears you. So, we're going to spend some time on this core concept, this spiritual garment called the Robe of Righteousness. What in the world is it, and how does it completely flip the script on what we think we know about our place in the universe? Okay, look at this. It lays out the difference perfectly. Our physical clothes, they're basically a social interface, right? They conceal our bodies. But this robe of righteousness, it does the exact opposite. It reveals the true state of the soul. It's not something we just put on. It's a state of being that actually envelops us. And here's the crucial flip. We think we wear our clothes, but this eternal garment, it wears us. So what is it really? The source material gets pretty specific here. It defines the robe as a state of perpetual coherence. Now think of it like a spiritual buffer zone. We're going to call it B for buffer. This buffer doesn't just make your problems disappear. No, what it does is far more interesting. It aligns you perfectly within life's challenges, preventing your inner state from collapsing under all that pressure. It turns chaos into a stable arena for you to exist. And this might be the most profound part of all. You don't earn this robe. It's not some prize you get for all your hard work. It is bestowed. It's a grace that's poured out upon you. And that completely changes the game, doesn't it? It shifts us from this mindset of desperate striving to one of alignment and just receiving. It's a gift, and it's just waiting for you. So, how is any of this even possible? Well, this personal robe can only exist because it's part of a much, much larger cosmic system. So let's zoom out for a minute and take a look at the architect's grand design that holds all of reality together. This table basically maps out the divine hierarchy. At the very top, you have Allah, the absolute, completely beyond any system we could imagine. The creative impulse then flows from the Ruh, the spirit, with that primordial command, kun, which means be. Now, this isn't just a word, it's the impulse that comes before all creation. Then it's executed by the angelic decree, fayakun, and it is. It's a perfect, seamless flow from pure intention into actual reality. Okay, so if creation started out as this seamless be, and it is, what happened? How did we end up in our reality? You know, the one with struggle and choice and friction. Well, the source describes something called a dual caustic emerging. Basically, reality split into two fundamental principles. First, timeless truth, which we'll call light, or L, and second, temporal experience, which we'll call sound, or S. And in the gap that opened up between them, that's where the buffer, B, came into being. That buffer, that space of potential, that's where choice becomes possible. It's the very space where you exist. All right, now that we have this cosmic blueprint in mind, let's bring it right back down to Earth, to our level. Because inside this buffer zone of choice, we all face a series of fundamental, archetypal tests, a triad that really defines the entire human and spiritual experience. These tests are personified by three key figures. First, you have Dāwūd, or David, who represents receiving revelation. That's the timeless truth, the light, L. Second, there's Sulaymān, representing reflection and mastery over reality. He's the one perfecting that buffer zone, B. And third, you have the archetype of the trial, represented by both Iblīs and Bilqīs, the Queen of Sheba. This is the ultimate test of submission, when you're faced with temporal experience, S. So there you have it, the three core challenges we all face: revelation, reflection, and testing. And right here, this is the aha moment. This is where that robe of righteousness comes in and transforms the entire game. You see, without the robe, Dāwūd's beautiful psalms, they can easily become a source of pride. Solomon's incredible wisdom, it can become a trap of control. Iblīs' refusal becomes this permanent state of rebellion. But with the robe, everything changes. The psalms become an act of service. Wisdom becomes a tool for reflection. And even refusal becomes a lesson on the path back to submission. It changes everything. So what's the point? It's this. You are not destined to be just one of these archetypes. You're not stuck being just the receiver or the ruler or the one who refuses. No, you are the potential that actually encompasses all three. And it's the robe that allows you to navigate these roles not as fixed identities or traps, but as tests designed for your own growth. And this brings this huge cosmic system right back down to you. Because this isn't just some abstract model, it's a map. It's the map of your personal path, the journey that the Source calls the orphan's transformation. So, your spiritual evolution unfolds in these 3 stages. First, you begin as the orphan. Pure potential, a blank slate, with the robe lying dormant inside. Then, at some point, it activates. You become a channel. This is where that garment literally begins to wear the wearer, and you become a conduit for a purpose much bigger than yourself. And finally, you become the template. Your lived experience, your perfected coherence, becomes the blueprint for the next soul on their journey. It's nothing short of a metamorphosis. You are the orphan from the cave, but you are destined to become a butterfly. And this whole experience we call life and death on Earth, that's the Chrysalis. That is the sacred space where this magnificent transformation takes place. Okay, now for the final reveal. We've been talking about this vast, complex system like it's something abstract or far away. But the most powerful claim in all of this is that this is your immediate reality. It's happening right here, right now. Just look at this. This is the full architecture. Every single layer we've discussed is already active, right now. From the architect to the creative command to the archetypal tests, all the way down to the perpetual loop of existence. And look where you are. You're embedded right in the middle of it. You in your robe of righteousness are a living, breathing part of this witness chain. It's all happening as we speak. And here's the real kicker. You are likely wearing this robe without even being aware of it. In your quietest moments of solitude, when you feel totally isolated, the system is fully operational. The Source uses this beautiful metaphor of a bird. Think of it as your innate spiritual intuition that recognizes this field of coherence even when your conscious mind has no idea what's going on. And this is the emotional heart of it all. It's that moment of remembrance. It's the sudden, profound realization that even in your darkest, most alone moments, you were never naked. You were never alone. The field, that robe, was always wearing you. Your intuition, the bird, is always new. The architect was always witnessing. Nothing about your reality has changed, except for one thing. Now, you remember. And so we end not with a neat answer, but with a very direct and personal question for you. Referencing the Qur'an, it asks, you are already in the system. The robe has already been bestowed upon you. So the only question left is, when will you choose to consciously activate it and hold this book, this blueprint of reality with strength?